Alright, guys, welcome to another Trash Talk episode. Today's episode is going to be Boruto episode 188 Awakening. So, we actually learned a lot of different little hidden gems today in today's episode that wasn't really mentioned much in the manga. Like, episode 188 starts off with a young Kawaki walking through some beaten up halls and a dude coming in, you guessed it, with some claws. Yeah. uh, Mentioning that his name is Garo, and he's surprised that Kawaki survived, which I'm assuming this means, surviving through the Kara experiments. Then he mentions they both survived together and that they should be allies. So, looking back, does that mean that Kawaki and the other people who come in contact with Kara are all experiments that have their bodies merged with technology? Or does this guy mean he was a failed Kara experiment as well and ended up just updating himself with tech instead? But soon after, we realized that Kawaki didn't suffer from any physical changes and might have had something, happened, different to him. And of course, right as that scene pops up, we find that the guy mentions that he lost his arm. So this does confirm that it is through the karma experiment. So I guess I'm a little confused. Does this mean that every inner and outer that goes through these set experiments end up with a altered body, and that might be what Deepa went through with his metal carbon body, Garo with his little claws, and the rest of these lab rats coming out of these experiments as like outers or inners with these crazy body adaptations. Um, Also, because they are all failed experiments, the real question is why are they staying so loyal to Kara? What is the benefit to just being with them, right? So soon after, we see Kawaki and Garo get into a altercation, and Garo has him up in the air, telling him to obey Kara's wishes by staying and obtaining, this achievable, incredible power that he could easily gain if he just stayed with them. Telling him that he needs to be educated and to let him teach Kawaki some physical discipline, with the quotes, "I'm not going to kill you, I'm just going to hurt you so bad that you'd wish you were dead." With the struggling Kawaki, his karma appears and blasts Garo's freaking chin off. Which, I don't know why I didn't really realize this in the past, but it makes sense. Garo doesn't have a chin. And it's just kind of funny that they kind of mention that and that they're really like in detailed about that. I actually was not really expecting Boruto to be this gory. They really messed up this dude, man. I kind of feel bad. But yeah, so what I do notice though in the background is that Amato quickly says, "The world will kneel before Kara." Just kind of like that right there, it makes me kind of realize that I feel like Amato he's not putting up a front. He's kind of really, really either brainwashed or he truly loves Kara. And of course, this is way before anything in the manga happens, but it kind of makes me wonder, is Amato, truly a loyal, supportive guy that just absolutely loves the ideal behind this organization, or is he putting up a front, like I said? But that's totally a different kind of topic for like another video. Amato acting sus. So going forward, we do see Delta and Jigen. Delta comments about how good the food might taste, but Jigen snaps back with her beauty and saying that she shouldn't be shy with what she eats, saying that she's beautiful, which is true. But dang, quickly we see that Delta mentions she can't taste the flavor of food anymore since since before. So I'm assuming that might just be like she also underwent the experiment. And for those that don't know, Delta is a android with monstrous strength. But this kind of just goes back to my question, what kind of experiment are these people going through? Delta, Boro, Code, Amato, Kashin Koji, Deepa, Victor, like they've all, experienced something and they have something modified with them, and then they become inners. So does that mean that anyone that's, comes out as an outer also is going to get this tech, or they also went through these treatments to see if they are compatible to be, a vessel, and then they end up failed, right? So there could honestly be hundreds of these people, and that's really interesting. I feel like this is going to be added to the story later, that we might just see a whole bunch of other people that are failed experiments that are, struggling through life. But yeah, so like I said before, at some point, I feel like Delta was a human that later became an android after the said failed karma experiment, and that's why, they might have done something for her. I personally think with the theory that Delta is Amato's daughter, and Amato truly loves Delta, but Delta doesn't care because Delta's Delta. And then, just kind of going like with that, we do see that Jigen always kind of seems to know what's up. He kind of like he knew what was up with Deepa, he knew what was up with Victor, and now he kind of like knows about Kashin Koji's idea about Boruto being a potential karma vessel. How does this man know? How is he seeing that all these thoughts in these people's heads, and he's just kind of like, all right, like keep doing you, because they never really shown them together talking or conversating about this, and like he knew about Deepa and Victor, so is he just connected to them somehow? I'm really curious how they're going to tie that together, because that's really, really interesting. Can you imagine working for somebody and your boss knows exactly what you're thinking? Like that's just a lot going on. I don't know. But yeah, so we see Kashin Koji, like I said, being interested in something else other than Kawaki, and Delta snaps at him, at Jigen, not focusing on, the task at hand, the vessel, and just kind of like allows Delta to go with Kashin Koji, and, Delta has her own like little objectives, trying to see if Kashin Koji's true intentions are real, and he's not a spy. And then from there, we see Boruto and the gang interacting with sleeping Kawaki, with his hands, resonating with Boruto's hands. And guess what? Your boy wakes up, which is amazing. But of course, we don't really get to see that part until we see Kawaki's backstory. And honestly, I really wish that they had more of a backstory with Kawaki's dad, just being a complete waste of space, like how he was in the manga. Kawaki's dad treats him like complete garbage in the manga, not even being subtle about it, just saying straight up like, Kawaki's empty, he has no redeeming qualities except for being a punching bag, just dad of the year kind of things. So, but of course we don't see any of that in the anime. They'll show some gore, but they won't show some little like, some little like dad roasting. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'm not really sure what they're doing with that, but I guess we'll see later. I just really hope it's not a missed opportunity to show Kawaki's growth, because later in the show / manga, we really see Kawaki become a totally different person than how he is when we first see him, which, little spoilers, but yeah, Kawaki is a good guy. Who knew, right? But, Jigen and Kawaki's relationship doesn't, get any better, just consistently putting Kawaki in this state of mind that he is a good for nothing kind of guy. And I really hope that, like I said, they really do show this, but at the moment it doesn't seem like they are, so I'm a little worried about that, but I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, and then we see Kawaki finally waking up, but not without that glow up first. I must say that we see Kawaki literally glow and fly into the air with white people screaming not to touch him. I don't remember that being in the manga, unless I missed that. But yeah, please let me know if it is. I don't know what kind of power that is. It seems like it might be some Otsutsuki stuff, or I don't know, some Super Saiyan-ness. Something definitely to look at. But yeah, and then Boruto's just like, oh, you have a karma thing too. And, everyone sees it. Delta, Kashin Koji, they're all just kind of shocked. Of course, Kashin Koji kind of already knows, but Delta is definitely shocked. So Boruto's literally put a target on his back. Way to go, Boruto. And then, as Kawaki's freaking out as he sees the seals, Sarada tells him to calm down and to hear them out, which I truly am kind of hoping for this shipping. I'm all about that Kawaki Sarada ship. Excuse my butchering. And I really hope it becomes a thing. But I guess it's slowly kind of starting. And then we see Garo, coming in with this little crabby claws, saying, he's there to bring Kawaki, the vessel, back to Kara, which, just like Boruto, kind of reveals everything with that, big mouth of his, that he is indeed an outer. And then we see Garo pointing his arm towards Kawaki, stating, I'm just gonna hurt you so bad that you'll wish that you were dead. I really like that little ending that they did there, just like in the very beginning of the episode. It really shows that there's like some history behind them, and honestly, if someone blew half my chin off, I'd be pretty pissed too, so I don't really blame him. But yeah, and then we kind of just like see Kawaki and Garo exchanging the hands with one another. But yeah, this is a pretty good episode. Definitely a 8 out of 10 episode for me. If only they added a little bit more flavor with that dad scene, I would have loved it a whole lot more. But it was definitely lit, man. But I guess my last questions to you guys are, what do you wish these episodes had more of from the manga that they didn't show, or they could show to make the episode a whole lot better, in your opinion? Would it just be more character backstories, character designs, more fights, or just straight up better dialogue? Yeah, just let me know in the comments, and have a great day.